All right, y'all, we have a lot of important things to talk about today because I think that we're at a very, very important time in the macro Bitcoin cycle as far as the bear market goes, as well as locally, we're at a very, very important place. And I'm going to be going through my analysis for Bitcoin. I'm going to start very locally, and then I'm going to work out to the macro, and we are going to assess how close are we to the bottom of this bear market. Guys, I think we're actually very close. I'm going to show you some very interesting metrics and some interesting analysis, so make sure to like the video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, guys. As you can see, although I am expecting more downside here, I am still in the long trade. This is the long trade that we posted over in the VIP Discord last week, where basically after we got this last drop because of the FTX stuff, I was like, okay, we put in this low. The only long trade I'm really looking to take right now is if we get a fake out of the low with bullish divergences on market cipher B, and that's pretty much exactly what we did get. If we just take a look here at the 12-minute chart, actually let's go to the 4-hour chart very, very locally. We can see that when we came down to the low and we tested it, right? Go ahead and put a line at that previous low. And we tested that low again with bullish divergences. A bullish divergence, guys, is basically when your oscillator is printing a higher low as the price is making a lower low. And we even see this on the 4-hour, and over on market cipher B, we see the money flow getting thicker. It looks kind of like this, guys, where we see the money flow getting higher, the man boobs getting higher as the price is getting thicker and thicker into the red. So we can see up here, the hair is getting thicker and thicker. The man boobs are getting higher and higher. That has given us our move to the upside. Now, we are currently, right now, at a very key area of resistance, which is very interesting, and here's why. Historically, and today is Thanksgiving in the United States. Historically, on Thanksgiving, guys, we have gotten a Bitcoin dump. All right, I just want to bring this up. Last November, last Thanksgiving, we actually got this massive red candle right here, unless you trade like a cool guy, and then it was a purple candle in 2021. All right, I remember it like it was yesterday, and then I also remember the Thanksgiving of 2020 like it was yesterday, because I was telling my grandfather, you need to buy some Bitcoin, and he was like, well, isn't it crashing? I'm like, yeah, that's why you need to buy. But this was Thanksgiving. Let's see, where was Thanksgiving? It was one of these days around here in 2020. Where did we get that dump? This was January. Sorry, guys. Where was that Thanksgiving dump? Here it was. Here it was, right here. This Thursday, where actually we came down on Thanksgiving about 16%. I'm like, man, this is a time to buy. So I know that the day of, it has nothing to do with technical analysis, but it is on my radar that on Thanksgiving, we typically have some kind of a pump and dump thing go on. And so locally right now, I think that I know that we are at key area of resistance. So I posted a potential short setup in my Discord, which actually did make for a number of good scalps if you were trading this. But basically, the reason why we're looking for shorts in this area is because we're coming up to the center of the range here, where we have multiple levels of resistance coming all the way up to basically 16,700, which is the high where we were looking. And you can see that we've come up pretty much to 16,700, and that's where we are finding our resistance. Okay, so by the way, guys, if you want to join the VIP Discord, you can go to patreon.com/Jason Casper. It's not a signals group, but we post in their TA every single day. And we also do multiple live streams a week, and we post the levels that we're looking at, the trade setups that we're looking at. Also, guys, I'm still doing the $500 Bitcoin giveaway on my Twitter. We are going to be announcing a winner on Friday, where we will be giving away $500 worth of Bitcoin. And honestly, guys, this could be worth $2,500 in 2 years or so when we're back in a bull market. Go follow me on Twitter right now. All you have to do is like and retweet the tweet, tag 2 friends, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Instagram, subscribe to my YouTube channel. We're going to be doing these regular giveaways and stuff like that, guys. Also, in honor of Black Friday, we are having a 25% discount on the course. This course will give you the knowledge and the skills you need to become a confident, profitable trader, because we go through the whole process, point A to point B, on how to look at a chart, come up with an idea, and then trade that plan as it plays out. That way you can have a plan in advance, guys, like this long, and then actually take the long So speaking of the long, here is what I am looking at, guys, for the potential scenarios for Bitcoin, okay? First of all, if we are able to come above this level that we're at, that 16,800, we need to be aware that just above us is another key area of resistance, okay? If we pull our Fibonacci retracement tool from the last high we put in to the most recent low that we put in where we took the long from, we can see that we're coming up to the Fibonacci golden pocket retracement. Now, historically speaking, on Thanksgiving, we've had pump and dump type things happen where, again, New York is not trading today, so the markets are closed. We get a move to the upside and then a harsh rejection to the downside. This is something we really need to be aware of because we can see that we have a very, very clear area of resistance here right around that 17 to 17.2K area. And so if we get another move up today, I would be looking for a rejection from this area, okay? So I have take profit set at this golden pocket, and I also have take profit set at $18,000 right up here. We can see just based on market structure that if we want more upside for Bitcoin, we need to reclaim these key areas of resistance. Now, something that I don't like about this chart right now, as far as this being a bottom, is that we have not come down to any key areas of support, right? We have not come down to any key areas of support. I want to go to a higher term time frame and take a look at the monthly, because this is really going to show us where we are at, right? People are asking, have we bottomed out? Have we bottomed out as far as the bear market goes? Well, let me just say, guys, I believe that we are very, very, very close to the bottom of the bear market, and here's why. When we look historically at the market cycles of Bitcoin, we can see that for the past, well, all I can have on this chart right now are the past 2 cycles, but we can see right here that every single time we bottom out in a bear market, we actually bottom out at the same exact Fibonacci retracement, which is in between the 786 fib and the 886 fib. So right here, I have pulled this fib from the low of 2011 to the high in 2014, and when we come down, we get a correction right in between the 786 Fibonacci and the 886 Fibonacci. Again, from 2015 to the 2017 high, we come down and we correct exactly in the 886, 786 level. I take it from this low from 2019 to the high that we put in November of 2021, and you can see that we are actually entering into that zone where historically we have found the bottom of the bear market, okay? So this is actually very, very encouraging. But here's the thing, when I'm looking to take trades, and this goes for macro and smaller term time frame trades, I'm not just looking for price to come to a certain zone. I'm looking for multiple layers of confluence, And specifically, I want to see price come to a key level of support, because right now we are not at a key level of support. We can just say we're coming into that zone where potentially we could find the bottom here. Now, I want to draw out some very important levels of support and resistance. When we are looking back in time like this, we can see that we actually have this old range, okay? Why are ranges so important? I want to quickly explain why ranges are so important. Ranges are important because when we're looking at any asset, we always want to be identifying sideways markets and areas of support and resistance. It's the old buy low, sell high adage, right? When we all first got into trading and we talked to our grandfathers, he was like, well, son, let me tell you something. You're getting into trading, huh? Well, investing's easy. All you got to do is buy low and sell high, right? But what determines high and low is being able to identify key areas on the chart where historically price has made highs and lows. That's why when I was looking for a long trade very locally, and I said the only long I'm interested in is to take out that low, is because this now locally is establishing what is high and what is low. If price has established a low here, that means I want to, if price comes back down to that area, I'm going to be looking to buy there, right? I'm going to be looking to long there. And so what happens when price creates highs and lows like this and then breaks out? What used to be the high will then act as the low, right? We've seen this happen many, many times. What used to be the high will then act as the low. And the opposite is true. What used to be the low can act as a high if we're losing a level. Let me show you a great example of what I'm talking about. So you will notice this happen on every single time frame, but a great example of that is actually this right here. So this is very, very locally, but you can see that what used to be the low right here, once we lost that level, this used to be the low, and once we lost it, it became the high again, right? And we rejected from it, and then we came up and we could see we kind of tried to reject from it. Why? Because it's a support resistance flip. What used to be the high then becomes the low. We can go to an even higher time frame and see that when we lost this key level right here, right, we can see it was the low once, it was the low twice, it was the low 3 times. Once we lost that level, that old low now became the new high. We can zoom out even more and see that all the way back here in May of 2022, we put in this low. This was our low. When we lost that level, the old low now became the new high. So coming back to the higher term time frame chart, we are now looking at these old highs here that we put in 2019 to potentially now give us support and become a new low, right around that $12,800-ish area. Okay, so this is the first major key area that I have on my radar, right around that almost $13,000 area. Now there's other levels that we have here as well, but this one right here is actually a pretty key level. And then I'm actually looking specifically for a bottom to happen in between the retest of the 2019 high to that 886 Fibonacci level. So I would say anywhere between $10,000 and $13,000 could very well be our low, and I would actually expand this down to $9,000. The reason being we have many technical levels at the $9,000 level. We have a lot of naked points of control and things like that. And again, if you want to learn this stuff, guys, check out the course at jasoncaspertrading.com. Take advantage of that 25% sale on the courses. We have 2 courses. But this is where I'd actually be looking for a bottom. But you know what? What we are waiting for, at least in my opinion, what a lot of people are looking at is minor capitulation to happen, right? A lot of people are saying that when we look at some of the on-chain metrics, we have not seen that final minor capitulation, which tends to happen at the very bottom of a bear market where we get that one last drop. And you know what? I think it's very possible that we do get that one last drop. Reason is because the chart is on the higher time frames looking very bearish. On the lower time frames, guys, we are unable right now to flip even the most local levels of resistance into support, right? When we're looking at this chart, we can't even come above this very local level right here. And of course, volatility is low today. There's low volume today, but we can't even come above 16.7. Right? And so right now things are not looking very strong. We have bullish divergence all over the place. We have not had much follow through. And there's a lot of on-chain metrics here that are signaling that a capitulation event from miners is actually near. All right? Several metrics are currently suggesting that the Bitcoin price is finally finding its bottom. And basically people are talking about, you know, the whole FTX thing, the whole Celsius thing, and potentially now Genesis and Grayscale are not liquid. So there's a lot of things that are happening right here. And basically what happens when the Bitcoin price drops so low and the mining difficulty gets higher and higher, it actually becomes unprofitable for miners to continue on doing what they are doing, right? So this article that was just released yesterday is, you know, asking the question, have we bottomed out yet? Are Bitcoin miners about to capitulate? It says, has Bitcoin bottomed out yet? The question is among the most intriguing ones for crypto market players right now. No one can answer it for sure, right? We can't know for sure whether we bottomed out, but some indicators can be used to make assumptions, and miners' behavior is one of them. The miners are among the biggest Bitcoin holders, and at the same time, they are forced Bitcoin sellers who can create a varying selling pressure and influence the price. So basically what's happening here is that as the Bitcoin miners are heading into hard times where the the mining difficulty becomes harder and harder to mine Bitcoin, and the price of Bitcoin goes down more and more, and it's creating a crunch. And so Bitcoin miners have to sell their Bitcoin to keep the establishment running, and not only that, but they also have to dip into their reserves to cover additional costs. And this can cause a very big sell-off, right? A very big sell-off. And there's different metrics here. You can check these articles out for yourself. I will link them in the description of the video, looking at the Bitcoin miners balance and things like that, showing that very soon we could see some kind of miner capitulation, which could lead to a real bottom of the bear market. So I'm not saying this is the bottom, but all I am saying, y'all, is that the signs, the handwriting is on the wall, right? We've got the zone that we are coming into. In addition to that, the amount of time that has gone by from the high, right? I mean, I consider the high being put in April 2021, but it's been right now over a year, guys. It's been 579 days, and we can see that from the last bull market high to the low, it was, let's see, that whole market cycle was, we could say, around the same period of time, right? Around the 500-day-ish period of time from the high to the low. And so we're coming near that time where we bottom out on a market cycle. We're coming into the zone, Fibonacci zone, where we see in between the 786 and the 886. And also, we're seeing a lot of things happen just in general in crypto that's causing very big sell-offs, right? And there are signs pointing that a minor capitulation event is also very near. And so all these things combined, guys, it makes me feel that a bottom is near. It doesn't mean we're going right to 100K, because typically we range for a while after a bottom is formed. But what it does mean, guys, and of course this is not financial advice, and I'm not a financial advisor, but it means that I am accumulating Bitcoin at these prices. Okay, I am bullish on the asset overall, and the money is made, the paper money, right? Because we all trade paper money, but the paper gains are made in these hard times, right? When everybody is bearish, that is when we should be accumulating, because like our grandfather told us, buy low and sell high. If you have any belief that crypto has a future, then you should not be selling Bitcoin here. You should not be selling, maybe some altcoins, right? Those crappy like altcoins and stuff like that that probably have no future. But the coins that we all know and love, going all the way back 2015, 2016, you know, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, XMR, these are coins that we should be accumulating right now in the hard times, because when that next bull market begins, it's not going to be like, you know, there's going to be an official announcement, hey, we're in a bull market. No, we're eventually going to flip resistances into supports, and eventually people are going to realize we're in a bull market. Now, unfortunately, last bull market, most people didn't get into crypto until we were up in this zone right here. Okay? Those of us who were accumulating down here, we got to hold all the way up to that high. All right? The people who got in here are now the same people saying, hey, Jason, should I sell my Bitcoin now? Are we going to go lower? I think I should sell. Right? We don't want to be those people. We want to load up our bags in this zone here and then ride it up to the next all-time high. Right? That's where the gains are made, guys. You got to buy the fear, and it's uncomfortable. But that's the thing about investments. There's a risk involved, right? And so obviously we're not risking anything that we're not willing to lose. But for me, it's like, I have this capital that I'm looking to invest in an asset that I believe in. It's a calculated risk. If Bitcoin does go to zero, I'm comfortable with taking that loss. All right. I took a risk. I knew the cost, and it didn't work out for me. But I think there's a higher probability that it will work out for me. And so I'm taking that risk in the hopes that it will pay off in the future, right? A few years down the road, which is why you should go follow me on Twitter and enter into this contest to win $500 worth of Bitcoin in a giveaway. Because if we do hit $100,000 Bitcoin, we're talking 5x gains right now. You know, this is going to be worth $2,500 in the future, a few years in the next bull cycle. So that's kind of it for today's video, guys. Just wanted to do like a more macro, go over the micro, go over the macro. Want to wish everybody a very happy Thanksgiving. If you celebrate Thanksgiving, and I do want to say, I do pray that everybody listening to this video, watching this video, is blessed. May God bless everybody in the name of the Messiah, Jesus, Yeshua. I pray that you are blessed in many ways, and not just financially. Make sure to like the video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. And I will see everybody in the next... This is my jam, guys.